Hi everybody, Shelley Kelley here to talk about the coronavirus, the pandemic, self-isolation, and social distancing. For me, it all started a few weeks ago when I had to make a little tiny trip into the emergency room of the hospital. Oh, don't worry, it was nothing serious like the coronavirus. I just happened to have a teensy little condition with my heart, and I have to go in there every now and then. And as soon as I went in there, this big, strong security guard came up to me and put a mask right over my face. Almost smeared my makeup. And he said to me, "Have you been to any country where there's been a coronavirus within the last 2 weeks?" And I went, "Yes." He goes, "In what country might that be?" I said, "United States of America." You know, for the longest time, I thought when they were talking about the coronavirus that there was something wrong with the beer. And don't act like I'm stupid, because they kept saying, we've got cases of it. So, anyway, everybody wants to get tested for the coronavirus, right? They want to know, do they have it? And what I want to say is, don't be selfish. You know that there is a shortage of tests out there right now, and yet we have hundreds of rich celebrities that really have no symptoms or anything, but just wonder if they might have it as well, and we have to wait for them to get it over with first. You know what cracks me up? We had a 7-year-old boy spend $600 of his own money to buy care packages and food for senior citizens and his fellow students that couldn't afford them as a result of the pandemic. And the only way that our rich celebrities could figure out how to help us peons get through this crisis was to sing John Lennon's Imagine into their cell phones from their mansions and put it together in a very cheap, poorly made video for us. Life hack, there is a free self-test for the coronavirus. All you gotta do is go up to a rich person and cough in their face, and then wait 2 weeks for the test results to come in. Everyone's wondering, how long is this gonna last? That I'm not worried about at all. Come on, the coronavirus was made in China. How long can it last? And China's all pissed off because everybody keeps saying that it came from China, and they're denying it. They're not selling the situation right. They need to talk to me about this. Look, everyone knows that for decades they have been pirating software, reverse engineering American technology, manufacturing and selling counterfeit designer clothing and accessories, and stealing our intellectual property. This is the first original, novel, new thing to come out of China that they did not steal out of America. They should be bragging about it. I can't help but notice the irony that 2020 is the Chinese year of the rat, and it's a plague. Hey, have you ever noticed that every disaster movie starts with the government ignoring a scientist? When all this first came out and they told us that we had to self-stimulate, I went, "You don't have to tell me that. I've been self-stimulating my entire life." I mean, people have to be told, and then I find out it's self-isolate. Self-isolate, right? Everybody makes mistakes. Next time, enunciate more clearly. That's what I say. So far, this whole thing, as far as the social isolation goes, is that the only way that it's changed my life is it has given me an excuse to do what I normally do. Now I don't have to come up with excuses to not go to the gym, not go to your party, not go out and socialize with other people. I feel sorry for people that are trapped inside with their families. I mean, that must be an absolute nightmare. I personally live alone. I don't have a boyfriend. So, it's been fine for me, but I do predict that there will be more deaths as a result of domestic violence than there will be the coronavirus. Social distancing hack. If you can smell their fart, you're too close. I can't tell you how proud I am of my Facebook friends. Think about the mathematical probability against this. A month ago, all 3,000 plus of them were experts on constitutional law. Now I find out that they're also experts on infectious diseases and medicine. I mean, what are the chances of that happening? It's astronomically against it. Can you say that about your Facebook friends? One thing I personally have learned as a result of the coronavirus is I fucking love to touch my face. I'm going to need to be fitted with one of these cone of shame things that we put on our pets. That reminds me, I do have advice for all you men out there. Touch your balls more. It might not prevent you from getting the coronavirus, but you won't touch your face as much. And you know, most of my stand-up is done at a bar, and we give away free peanuts. And one thing that I learned was after everybody started washing their hands, the flavor went out of all the peanuts. I'm not the only one to say this. There will be a minor baby boom in about 9 or 10 months. And then, in a little over 13 years, we will be inundated with a bunch of little punks that I'm going to call the quarantines. Get it? Quarantines. Like teenagers. And an alternate for that could be the coronials. And the funny part will be their parents, the millennials, will all be saying that these rotten kids are the worst generation we've ever had. And they will all still be using the toilet paper that their parents bought during the pandemic. And I'll say this right now. If you needed 145 rolls of toilet paper to get you through a 45-day isolation period, then you needed to see a doctor long before this pandemic ever occurred. You know why people are buying so much toilet paper, don't you? One person coughs in public and 10 people shit. You know, prior to this pandemic, the only panic buying that I ever saw was at the bar I work when they'd make last call. I'll bet the owners of bidets are feeling pretty smug these days. Hey, you heard, of course, that about 3 weeks ago now, the United States and Mexico did agree to close the border to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Can you imagine being caught in Mexico right now with no toilet paper? Oh, hey, do you know the difference between toilet paper and a shower curtain? No? So it was you! And I have a message to the people who bought 20 bottles of soap and cleared the shelf and left none for anybody else. Apparently you don't know the way this works. If we can't wash our hands too, you get infected. I feel like we're living in Superman's bizarro world. I used to cough to hide a fart. Now I fart to hide a cough. This whole coronavirus quarantine thing here has really kind of screwed up my comedy career. Things are going along really well for me. Just before the quarantine, I did 5 gigs in 10 days. On the bright side, though, I'll bet you a lot of my fellow comics are going to get coronavirus and die. So, you know, as long as I live through it, I got that going for me. I'll tell you this much, I get diagnosed with coronavirus, First thing I'm doing is going out and buying a pack of cigarettes. I mean, what the hell? Might as well smoke, right? Oh. Public announcement. Due to concerns about contracting the coronavirus or the potential of spreading it, I will not be seeking a boyfriend at this time. And ignore all of the rumors that it's because no one is interested in me or I make myself hard to love. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, this just in. The pandemic is over. As it works out, COVID-19 has been exposed to Chuck Norris. It's now in a 90-day lockdown. It's over with. I'm Shelley Kelley. Thank you, and good night.